Hello and welcome everyone to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. And first of all, I want to thank all of you for subscribing, because I reached 10,000 subscribers this week, which is a little milestone. I was uploading videos nearly weekly for 2.5 years now. And this channel has existed, I think, for 8 years. And finally I reached those 10,000, which I have to say doesn't change a lot in terms of views and everything. I'm kind of stagnating. So I think 2 years ago I also had kind of the same number of views, but it doesn't matter. It's still kind of nice to finally reach those 10,000. And I didn't post those videos for the views anyways. So if I would do that, I would have stopped doing YouTube a long time ago. I think I also kind of, if you're interested, can do a little video about kind of the statistics of this channel if you're interested, what 10,000 subscribers can mean, because I've seen a lot of videos talking about that and they kind of don't relate to my channel at all. So I'm always surprised by the numbers. So I think if you're interested, I can also give you kind of a realistic view on what 10,000 subscribers can also mean. But just leave a comment if you want. Today, this video is not about that. It's about equipment again. And the last video about equipment, I think it was the one I did in the Alps, where I talked about my hiking gear. And today, again, I won't talk about camera gear itself. I want to talk about some accessories I use for traveling. And when I travel, and I do this a lot, at least 2 or 3 times a year, an important thing is to charge all my gear. So my camera, my vlogging equipment, it always needs to be charged. And if you travel to different countries, I even did travels around the world, you need adapters to plug into the different power outlets. Also, sometimes you just don't have one. So if you're off the grid for a while, you still need to charge your camera power, accus, how is it called? So what you can do, you can bring a lot of them. I have like 4 LPEN power packs for my Canon. I think that's how they're called. And they usually last me a few days, but still sometimes I need to charge. And when I visited Colombia a few weeks ago, we kind of were off the grid at the beginning at the Pacific coast, where you just had limited power supplies in the evening. And I couldn't use it to charge all my gear because it was limited kind of, and all the other people staying there also basically used the same power outlet. So I bought some accessories for this trip, and I also use some other accessories for some years now, and I want to go through them. I'll leave links in the description below if you're interested. And also I'm interested in the gear you use. Maybe I can optimize, which is what I always try to do, breaking my gear down, getting the optimal output for the invested money. So let's just start. I've opened my gear drawer here, which you see, it doesn't contain too much. It contains a lot of different kind of organizational bags here. I have 2 f-stop Pros used. This one isn't even full. Here's nearly all my accessories in this, and I usually use this as the luggage, or this comes into the luggage which goes into the, which is not the carry-on luggage. I'm not sure how it's called. Sometimes I'm missing some words. But then this here is nearly empty. I use it sometimes packing for hiking and stuff. And then I have a few smaller ones which I use to organize. And I really broke down my camera gear the last month and last year really. That's all I have, plus what's in my camera bag, always ready to head out and take photos. But today I want to talk about this stuff here. And what's always important if you travel, you need some kind of adapter for the different power outlets. And I have here something from, it's Ansman. I think it's a company from Switzerland. I've had this for like 5 or 6 years, and that's great. You can use different adapters here. So it contains different plugs. And on the other side, you just plug in your normal gear, and you even have this adapter here, so it would go 2 ways. So for example, if I had some gear which would use a foreign plug from another country, I could also use this. So you can basically combine everything with this little thing. So yeah, it's not little, but for what it does, it's compact enough. So I always have this, and if I have this one plug, I still have a problem because I want to charge my phone, I want to charge my camera, I want to charge my GoPro, so it's a lot of stuff. So yeah, what to do? I think everybody or many of you also have this. It's a USB hub, a power hub basically, and I have this, how's it called? I wrote it down. It's the Anker PowerPort 5, and it has like 5 USB power ports here, which has 2 quick charge ports. And yeah, I basically can plug in GoPro, camera, cell phone, all the stuff, and have it connected to this power outlet at the wall then, and charge a lot of stuff with these 2 items, which is great. And yeah, if you have USB-C stuff, you can also get those from Anker with USB-C. They are a little more expensive, but also they have a higher outlet, they charge faster. But yeah, for me, I still have most of my gear has normal USB, and yeah, for me this one's perfect. It's also not that expensive. Yeah, so this kind of solves the first part, how to plug in different countries and have a means to get your gear charged. But what's when I'm off the grid? So here again I have something from Anker, and it's, let me see how it's called. It's the PowerCore Speed 5, which has, I think, it's 20,000 milliamp hours. So I can charge my cell phone multiple times, I can charge my camera multiple times, and there are larger ones. I think the biggest one has 36,000 milliamp hours, but they're also more expensive. They're again available with USB-C and stuff. But yeah, you always have to weigh what you really need, and yeah, you pay for what you need. If I would pay like $100, I would have a power bank which I would never fully drain in the travel situations I'm in. So you always have to decide how long you're gonna be off the grid. And for me, this one, it's great. It's quite sturdy. It's a good power bank in my opinion. I have used it now in Colombia, and I sometimes use it here at home for little travels. 2 weeks ago, went to Budapest, and yeah, I did in the train to keep my stuff charged while I was reading a lot on my cell phone. Yeah, that's quite good. And yeah, those 2 basically, so this one comes without any means of charging it. So you need something. And yeah, if you also buy this, you can use this one to charge this one as well as cell phone and everything. So it all plugs together. And yeah, now still, how do I charge my camera? Because I have a Canon EOS 5 DSR, and yeah, the charger that comes from Canon, it just plugs in directly into the wall. So you don't have USB charging. But I think that's very important because it gets your gear down if you can use all the same charging and the same cables also. That's why I bought this one. It's a Rev Power USB charger, and this one's very lightweight, and it can charge 2 of my camera batteries, which is just great. It plugs in via USB, and I can plug it into this Anker power bar, or directly in this one if I have connected this to some power outlet in the wall. And yeah, that's great because now I can, if I'm in the hotel, I can charge 2 camera batteries as well as this Anker power bar. I can charge my GoPro. Also I have a charger for 2 batteries. I can charge my cell phone, so everything connected here. And yeah, that's great. And when I'm traveling, I can plug in my camera here, GoPro here, or cell phone, so I can charge basically 2 devices. And that's great. And those here, this one's Rev Power, as I said, it's for Canon. You get those also from other companies, for Sony, for example. I'm sure you get it for Nikon and yeah, whatever is out there. So it's also very lightweight. First, when I bought it, I thought this can't be high quality. It's much lighter than the one from Canon, but till now it works. And it was also only $13, which is kind of strange because I saw this also for 40. So they have it on Amazon for $40 and for 13. And yeah, it's not clear what's the distinction because it says LPE6. And yeah, I have LPE6 and batteries, but they kind of also work in this one, and yeah, not sure. So I have the cheap one. If you want to buy this for, you can do a little more research. I think the cheap one works. For me, it works at least. Okay, and finally, when to charge my, let's get this out. This Zoom H1, which is what I use to record audio via my blogs. Yeah, I'm a little, this was a problem where I bought it. I didn't like this because it doesn't have kind of USB charging, no lithium ion batteries. I have to use normal batteries, but it's kind of a waste if you buy batteries, throw them away. That's not good. So I also bought rechargeable batteries, but yeah, I can charge them without bringing along some special charger, which I didn't want to do. So I did a little bit of research and came upon this Revolt Charger. Also, it feels a little cheap, but it does its job, because the great thing about this one is it charges normal batteries, but it can also charge lithium-ion batteries. And that's great because usually I have my headlamp and also my normal flashlight, which come with those huge batteries here. And I can charge those in here. I can even use those in here to have this as another kind of power bar, so it also has an output. I could charge my cell phone, so it goes vice versa in two directions. So I can charge those, but I can also charge here the battery for my Zoom H1. And yeah, that's kind of great. And it's also now basically the complete power solution here. So those pieces here, those 5 pieces make up all my charging for my GoPro, for my camera, for my cell phone, for this here, for the Zoom, for my cameras, basically everything. And yeah, that's kind of great. I mean, if I could break this down a little bit, for example, if you have a laptop, or I have the Surface, there are devices out there which have a high enough power outlet, if you have a USB-C device, to even power this device. This one does not, and this was also not the focus, because I think I'm gonna have to switch to another device within the next year, because my Surface also, I think it's like 5 years now, so I'm gonna have to switch soon. So it wouldn't have made sense to already buy kind of a device which charges whatever I'm gonna get, because I don't know what I get. Maybe I get a device which has more than 60 watts input, I don't know. Then I don't think there are devices out there which would do it. I think Anker has one which goes up to 100 watts, but if you use it, you can't charge anything else. So I'm not sure. Hopefully there will be some better solutions in the next year. Until then, kind of use this one, which was also not that expensive. Okay, as I said, I leave links in the description. Also, please leave some links if you want, or equipment you use which has proven good for you, because I always like to optimize, as I already said. So yeah, if you like this video, leave a thumbs up, and yeah, see you next week. I'm not sure, maybe we're gonna do some post-processing again, or as I said, I could talk about 10,000 subscribers a bit, show you a little bit of statistics if you're into such stuff. Not sure, not everybody is. I like statistics, but yeah, I don't want to bore you with it. So just leave a comment if you want me to do such a video. Okay, see you. Bye.